So it looks like the latest Windows 11 update has actually effed up a lot of people's computers. Some computers will not shut down at all now since the January update. And other people are having problems with their Nvidia drivers. Apparently, the Nvidia GeForce GPU performance has been negatively affected by this latest update. And this is on top of the entire internet deciding it's cool to hate on Microsoft, calling them Microslop. In fact, you can actually go get a Chrome extension where you can literally change every instance of Microsoft to Microslop in your browser. So there you go, guys. You can do that. But we're going to talk about this. This is a disastrous turn of events because a lot of people are turning against Windows already because of the invasiveness of Copilot and the piss poor performance of Windows 11. Now, to be fair, if you strip Windows 11 down, it actually is a pretty functional operating system. I actually have a couple of machines running it, but I've taken all the bloat out of it, and there are things that you can get. WinSlop is one tool. It's literally called WinSlop that you can strip it down to the bare minimum, and it does work. At that point, it's basically Windows 10, which is fine. But a lot of people are jumping ship to Linux. But we do have the media, trying to make excuses for Microsoft. It really is a piss poor product, right? It is definitely a step backwards, and like Photoshop and so many other applications now, it wants to be more than what it was designed to be. It's designed to be a user interface and operating system, but also now Microsoft wants it to be an AI engine and an advertising driver and basically a money-making thing. We are the pay pigs, right? Even though we pay for the operating system, which is kind of dumb because Linux doesn't cost you anything, but I digress. Even though you paid for the operating system, they're still marketing to you. They're still trying to upsell you. It never ends. Record profits. We got to have record profits. But let's talk about this disastrous update. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Go to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV. This is coming from PC World. Some Windows 11 PCs aren't shutting down anymore after the latest update. Since the January update from a few days ago, some PCs running Windows 11 are reportedly unable to shut down. Microsoft is aware of the issue. Will they do anything about it? I don't know. On January 13th, Microsoft released a comprehensive update for Windows 11 known as the first patch Tuesday of the year. However, after installing update KB5073455, some PCs may experience problems that prevent them from shutting down. Microsoft has already documented this as a known issue. According to the note, affected PCs simply restart instead of shutting down. Hibernation mode is also affected. There's currently no solution. Yeah, I actually have a laptop that had a stripped down version of Windows 11 on. I believe it did this update, and it's slow as ass at this point. And I think it might actually have something to do with the Nvidia driver. So I'm going to take a look at that after I take a look at this, and I might be rolling that one back to Linux as well. According to Microsoft, devices running Windows 11 23H2 that use System Guard Secure Launch are affected. This tool is meant to protect Windows systems from potential threats during the startup process. Does it protect you from Microsoft? That's all I want to know. Like, does it protect you from Microsoft? It's worth noting that Windows 11 23H2 has been officially unsupported since November of 2025, with the exception of enterprise and IoT editions of the operating system. However, there are apparently still enough PCs using this version for reports of the error to surface. Look, all the headlines in regards to Windows 11 are negative now. I mean, seriously. New Windows update ruins Nvidia GeForce GPU. Is WinSlop the answer to Microsoft's AI oversaturation? Here's another one. 19 hours ago. New update. Black screen freezes Outlook. POP breaks Azure Virtual Desktop. Wow, what else does it do? Yeah, this is today. Causes a black screen on some PCs, including those with an Nvidia GPU, which my laptop has. Also freezes Outlook. Windows latest can confirm that the File Explorer no longer respects desktop INI settings. Wow. Okay, the black screen issue. Yep. That's what's going on my laptop. Okay. So that one's getting Linux too. Yeah. Yeah, because it has an Nvidia driver. Yeah, there we go. After you install the update, Windows triggers random black screens where the desktop freezes for a second or two. The display goes black. Everything comes back eventually. One user told Windows latest that switching their monitor's DisplayPort mode helped. In most cases, you would not run into the problem more than once. But if you see a black screen briefly before the desktop appears, you can either try removing Windows 11 or updating GPU drivers. Okay, well, I'm having all kinds of problems. So let's see what's going on with the GeForce drivers. New Windows update ruins Nvidia GeForce GPU performance, reports claim. Should have been a good update, the latest update for Windows users. 114 security vulnerabilities have been addressed by this update. This makes this update critical for anyone who takes security seriously. It also fixes a bug on PCs with NPUs, improving the battery life. Okay. The battery life of so-called AI PCs. Okay, following the release of this update, several GeForce GPU users have reported drops in gaming performance. One user reported FPS drops of 15 to 20 FPS. By using a pre-update system restore point, this user reportedly restored their system's lost performance. So far, almost all users reporting performance issues use Nvidia graphics cards. Yes. However, it's possible that users of other GPUs are affected. I know I was having a hell of a time on that laptop doing any basic like Photoshop work on it. And I never had problems before, and it's not a new version of Photoshop. But it did do this stupid update. And I do have an NVIDIA GPU. I'm just saying. So that machine might be another candidate to get the Linux treatment. The only reason I haven't done it on that one is Photoshop doesn't run. I don't think it runs super great on Linux, but they have GIMP apparently. I really haven't looked at GIMP too much, but GIMP has a Photoshop-esque plugin where you can actually change all the shortcuts and everything to match Photoshop's, because that's what trips me up. Is I've been using Photoshop since version, I kid you not, version 2 of Photoshop, maybe 3. But it's been a long time, 1990s. And I know the shortcuts inside and out. And then I go to something like GIMP and I can't do it. Or even Affinity, like I like Affinity overall, but the shortcuts are different. So it makes it hard for me to use. But if I can get by with GIMP and not have to pay $60 a month or whatever, yeah, I might have to do it. Wow, that's crazy. This is not the first time Windows Update has harmed the gaming performance of main PCs. Windows 11's October 2025 update is infamous for lowering the performance of NVIDIA GPUs. It's currently unknown what the exact cause of the performance issue is. I would say the CEO is the exact cause, or if it can be fixed with a driver update. No, they're going to be like, oh, you need a new computer. You need to go buy an AI computer. That's what you need to do. So you can have even more invasive AI shit, right? Now, we've got CNET out here trying to make excuses for Windows 11. Windows 11 gets a lot better when you fix the most annoying features, right? Well, there are a lot of annoying features. There are 8 annoying features, they said. A few small changes can make using the latest Windows OS more enjoyable. The fact that CNET has to write articles like this, like, hey, guys, Windows is usable if you just, change everything about it. it's usable. But I would actually agree. If you strip Windows 11 down to the bare minimum, it actually is a decent operating system. The problem is most people don't know how to do that. Most people aren't going to take the initiative to do that. And it really should make the bloat optional, and it doesn't do that, right? So let's see what they said. They said Microsoft badgered us for months, upgraded Windows 11 or else. Well, it wasn't that alarmist, but the company ended security updates for Windows 10 in October. Many of us have leveled up, is that we're calling it, to Windows 11, but that hasn't come without headaches. Maybe you've experienced shorter battery life or other issues after upgrading. Here are some ways to fix it. Okay, uninstall Copilot. Yeah, very easy to do. Search for Copilot from the start menu or search bar at the bottom of your screen. When it appears, don't hit return. Instead, right click and select uninstall. Yes, get rid of that and Copilot 365. Get rid of OneDrive. I agree with that too. OneDrive is Microsoft's cloud service. What sucks about OneDrive is like constantly transferring data between computers, and it's on by default, I think. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. Turn off recommendations. Microsoft will recommend apps, shortcuts, tips, and other things. Go to settings, personalization, start, and turn off show recommendations for tips, shortcuts, new apps, etc. Reconfigure your start menu. That's what they're saying. Clean up your taskbar. Turn off Edge feed and widgets. Yeah, the news feed, it's kind of annoying, but you can turn those off. Limit or eliminate notifications. Disable startup apps. This is all like really common sense stuff, but yeah, if you want an app that will do that for you, I would say WinSlop, right? WinSlop gets rid of a lot of that. But the fact that, you know, Windows 11, again, the headlines are all negative, and a lot of the big stories about Windows 11 are how shit Copilot is, how shit the CEO is, and how to get rid of that shit off your own computer to make it usable. You know, the computer you probably dropped $500 to $1,000 for on the low end. Yeah, just to make it usable, you have to disable a lot of this. So I am really hoping that Linux takes over the world. I don't see it happening. I think it's, even with Mint, I think it's too hard for some people. They're just used to Windows, but there have to be viable alternatives for sure. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.